Hi, everybody. Today is March 27th. I hope everybody is well. My name is Josie. Let's get into some elephant stats. The AUM is at 399.8 million. The elephant MCAP is at 254 million. Our treasury is at 47.9 million. The trunk supply is at 108.7 million. We are staked at 47.76 million. Ed, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Josie?
I'm doing pretty well. It's a little gloomy here today. How's it in South Florida?
It's very cloudy. I could see some sun further out in the ocean, but it's kind of blah today. It's going to rain tomorrow, and then we should get a nice weekend out of it. So I'm going to play hooky again from work on Friday and enjoy some time on the boat and goof off during the day.
Sounds great.
That's about it. Yeah, it should be nice. About 80 degrees, so no complaints here. I see not that many people on here so far this week, which is all good. Appreciate all the people that did come on. And since you guys are on now, I might as well pick the winner right away for the NFT. And apologies for anybody that have recently won and we have not gotten the NFTs delivered yet. I gave BT a spreadsheet and start keeping track a little bit better of it to put the wallet address, find the transaction ID, and see when it's actually sent. So try just to be a little more organized with giving out the NFTs for our weekly spaces. So as far as today's NFT, it's going to go to, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but is it Devon Van Staden? If that is you, give me a little heads up, little heart, thumbs up, whatever it is that you're listening right now. And Devon or Divan Van Staten. I'll give you like 30 seconds to hit a little emoji or something on there. And if you do, you get there you go. All right. Just contact me. I'll get your address. I'll put it on the spreadsheet for BT to give out the NFT. And thank you for reposting all the posts you have with Elephant. I noticed that a lot of the posts you make are mainly Elephant posts, which is awesome. That's what we look for people doing. I mean, if you're going to be on Spaces and you're going to be part of Elephant Money, you should be reposting, retweeting every single piece of stuff that we have out there. One, it saves you time from coming up with your own creative content, which we would like too. But if you're not one that does that a lot, that's fine. You don't have to be crazy creative with your marketing. You get to do it the easy way. All you have to do is maybe put Elephant in your name, but also just grab some content from others and retweet it and get the word out there. So it's always a good way to do it. As far as some numbers, other than what Josie said, I see BT took a little peak around 70K again. BNB up around 570-ish. Last week it was around 520. The trunk we are burning at, last week we were at 2.266 million trunk burned. We're now at 2.447 as of sometime in the past hour when I look. So we're up 181,000 trunk in the past week, which is going pretty darn good. Trumpet, it just continues moving up. Last week we were at 2.670, and now Trumpet is at 2.687. So, everything going on with the trunk thing right now, all eyes are on it on multiple blockchains. That is pretty good. I do want you guys to focus on the security, because now that we're on Solana, now that we're doing some other things, and BT's probably going to do some more stuff too, that you guys really got to keep your eye out on your funds. People have been, they've been trying their best, because there's been a lot of questions just in the Telegram chat alone. There's been a lot of questions, and people are getting bombarded with DMs that are fake and that are scams. So, take a second, check your settings again. Upgrade to premium on Telegram. It's only a few bucks a month, and it can keep those scammers out of your eyes and into an archive folder. Just another layer of steps to protect yourself. Those you should be taking your time too, because this new thing we have going on, not everybody's an expert at it, including myself. I know last week people were saying, hey, it's taken like 3 or 4 or 5 approvals to get this done. I'm like, yes, there's a different amount of steps that you're doing with your trunk, and then bridging over, and then pairing it with the USDC. So take your time, take a second. Don't feel like you're in a rush for anything on the Elephant side, because you are definitely not in a rush. We want to make sure you do everything correctly. You don't hit a wrong button to where your funds go to somewhere else that you'll never recover them from, or in an instant where you just hit a wrong button and your wallet gets compromised. So take a second. Don't feel like you're in a hurry. Learn everything you can before you do it. And look, if you aren't sure about anything going on that we just added, it's no big deal. It's okay. Then just buy trunk and maybe just bridge it over, and that's it. If you're really, really, really not sure, then just buy trunk and hold on to it. We just don't want you making any bad steps with your funds, because it doesn't just hurt your wallet, but it helps the community as well. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say today, because I know BT is on, and I'm sure he wants to jump in shortly and mention his comments and give you his feedback of what's been going on over the past week. You know me, I just like to focus on keeping you guys safe. You know, you go to a lot of protocols, you go to a lot of Telegram rooms, and all they want to talk about is get your money in here. Here's what you're going to make. This is what's going to happen. And they skip all over the security part. And that's not what we do here. We make sure that's one of your number one things that you focus on before all the money that you're going to make here. So take a second and do that. And if you're doing an each one teach one, please make sure, if you're doing a video, if you're doing a weekly video, if you're doing a Medium post, please make sure you're adding something to that effect about protecting their funds. Help every person out there, every member of the herd, and every new member of the herd that's going to be coming to join us, to make sure that they protect everything they can out there. It's going to be very cutthroat the bigger we get, and we don't want anything to happen to any members of the herd. So I hope you guys have been doing pretty well. I hope you had a pretty good positive week, a green candle week, and all of your profits there. And I know it's going to continue as we get more and more eyes on what we have coming up for you guys. I'm already counting the days till Nashville. So yesterday I was sitting around on the computer looking up hotels. I found a hotel. Then I'm like, no, I want to stay in a different hotel. So I've been focusing a little bit on that too, while we count the days until mid-July for the BTC conference and elephant money in Nashville. So BlackBerry guy, do you want to jump in before BT does? If anybody, if not, if BT, if you want to take over or anything like that, feel free to start it up early. Already gave away the NFT, so we're good there. And that's about it. Jed, thanks for chiming in. We need some more videos for you, man. We need those good vibe videos again. Always like those. Yeah, here you go. Request to speak. There you go. BlackBerry guy, what's going on? It's going to connect here in a second for you.
Yeah, hi, Ed.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Well, I'm doing well, and hope you are too. Appreciate your introductions, as always.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, I was just going to quickly make the point about how successful I've spoken about that a little bit already, but about what's happened with futures over the last 3 weeks, and in comparison to how things were prior to that, from the beginning of the year till the last 3 weeks. I think this latest version has just been terrific. You know, we've seen a lot more. I mentioned it a couple of weeks or a couple of posts ago about we're putting out $250,000 every week over the last 3 weeks, and we're anticipating that again. And we're seeing the TVL increase significantly. The amount of money that's getting locked in, and that people are compounding. I think people have been returning to futures, and it's that newest version is why that is. And it's just a little thing just to bring up, is just how, but yet a significant thing, I think, about how things were from the beginning of the year until the last 3 weeks. Things have really improved in that regard, and I think the latest version's the reason for that. So anyway, we're looking forward to the newest version coming up too, but already we're seeing the fruits of the latest labors, and I think that's been very encouraging.
Yeah, I've been noticing that the futures bot just been a little working overtime lately. A lot of people continuing and actually maybe getting back into their groove again.
Yeah, you're really seeing that. Even on you can just see how people have been compounding. You know, the last 3 weeks you had a 707, a 386, a 721. Before that, we were having everything was in the hundreds and 200s as far as TVL growth goes. And so, and with these last weeks with the what was it again? I was just going to look that up a minute here if I could find it. But last week we had 324,000 going up in 251, 284, and all the weeks before that during the calendar year have been pretty slight. So we're seeing a lot of return of capital that way. And yeah, like I've said before, we're just seeing elephant evolving and developing, and you got to keep up. People got to.
You do get to keep up.
You do.
There's a lot of things on the board. There's so many things on this board here of all the things you can be doing in the ecosystem. Yeah. I know NFT cycle was kind of slowed down a little bit, and we're focused on a little bit of Trump, but futures is still the big play, and of course having a bag of elephant is never out of the question at any time out there.
Exactly, and we just. To be honest, I think we have to be glad that we have a developer that's got his ear to the ground, not trying to worship him or anything like that at all. But I do think that he keeps his eyes on the macro plays so that we can stay up to speed with regard to our own ecosystem here. And so I think that's terrific that we have somebody that's always keeping an eye on things, and you can tell that his brain is always working, his gears are always flowing, and I think that's to our benefit.
Yeah, and he's also making plays outside the ecosystem that he's been bringing back to the ecosystem, and only him and a few people probably in the herd could probably do that because they have the know-how and they know the people and they know how some of these things get started before we even hear about it. So it also helps out too.
The asset we have that way. I was thinking about that the other day. Just thought, man, to be able to take on that responsibility. It's one thing to be able to know how to do all these things. It's another thing when you know that you have a lot of people that are that really are depending on your abilities, and that's a heavy responsibility. But I think he's up to the challenge, and we can be grateful that we have somebody like that in this space, and yeah, it's partly why I'm still here, So and I'll continue to be here because I know that he keeps his eyes on things, keeps his ears to the ground, and he develops the plays, and that we can try to run them. So, but anyway, that's all. I better let you get back to getting Bank Teller on there, but I appreciate a few moments of your time.
Yeah, it's always good for you to jump on and not leave me hanging here all by myself to come up with something to say.
Well, I'm glad to help out that way if I can do. You do a very good job yourself of keeping things moving. So, but if I can be of help, and if you look to me for help, I'm happy to give it.
Yeah, I have to come up with a little piece of paper here with a couple of things to say in the beginning because, at the radio station, I have to come up with something to say for only about 10 seconds, and that's it. I don't have to talk for minutes. So when I have to go any longer than 10 seconds, I start dragging butt. Yeah. But yeah, appreciate it, man. And thanks for coming on each week. Thanks for your updates. And I think we're going to let BT take over the rest of the show like he likes to do, and get some good words of wisdom from him.
Take care.
What's up, BT?
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you great.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, so good times in Solana land. Learning a lot about how sucky wormhole is, but at the same time, I think it's overall it's pretty awesome. But there's some limitations that I've discovered that that we obviously are working our way around. Simple things like setting a logo URL in the most practical of terms in the metadata for a SPL token you can't do for a wormhole token. So you have to cozy up to the developers of Wormhole for them to go out of their way to do that for you, which basically means it's not going to happen. So the alternative is to work with all the listing tracker sites and things like that, and get them to update the logo. And that's what I've done. I've done that with Dex Tools. I'm completing that work with Dex Screener as we speak. So we have two liquidity pools now. We actually have three liquidity pools. We have like one test liquidity pool that has like about $200 in it that I set up on Orca. I wish I hadn't set that up, but it's fine. It's just sitting there. There's some liquidity on Raydium. That's what I just set up today. So we have an open market, open book market ID for that. It's set up for it's designed, it's priced to pump. So that market, it's the ticks on it are a tenth of a cent. So basically, I figured out how all these meme coins actually pump. You should check out their market ID, look up their market ID, open book market information, and you'll find out sometimes that they have a tick size that's pretty high. So whatever your base token is, you can set what increment the asset can move up or down based on the quote token that's used, whether it's Solana or USDC. It's that quote token tick that determines how fast these things move. And these things are designed and priced to pump. So we got two options. So if you're a liquidity provider, you can put your liquidity in what I consider like the fast horse, which is also pure liquidity, on Raydium, or you can put it in Meteora, which is where you'll get some income from the USDC being leveraged by Meteora on lending markets. We'll get fees from that, and those lending markets are earning 18% plus in most markets. And on the supply side for USDC, and so far Solana is still the largest marketplace for USDC, and it has direct CCTP support as well. So basically, that's native USDC that can be moved from Ethereum to Solana without bridges and stuff. So one of the reasons why pick Solana is because after all this stablecoin madness, I identified Solana and USDC as kind of like definitely winners this cycle for this. What else? There's been some. I might have mentioned this in like a voice note that I put in Telegram. If you're on this, if you're new, you need to be on Telegram. You need to use the links that are the official links that are on the website at elephant.money. Only use links that are on the official website from elephant.money. Never follow links that are just posted somewhere. Definitely make sure you're in the right Telegram. Definitely make sure you're in the right Discord. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. We have also for folks that aren't aware, we do have terms of service and privacy policies that have been in place for a very long time. You should make a point to read them. I've done some work on the site to make sure that all of the links for the entire site are present on every page. So a little bit of code there to do some proper includes. So now you have your navigation that you can pop out in the hamburger menu. That's always been there, and all of the links to get to most of the things on the site have always been at the footer, just on the home page. But now they're accessible on every single page. So no matter where you go, you get linked to all the appropriate information, including copyrights, reserve rights, terms of service, privacy policy. Sorry if you're under the age of 13, you really shouldn't be here. at a very high level as well. Elephant Money Protocol, everything that we do here by myself, community members, it's all done without warranty. It's done with love, but it's done without warranty. You're responsible for your transactions, not anybody else. And if you're using the site, then you agree to those terms. Pretty simple stuff, pretty boilerplate stuff that everybody should know, but sometimes people forget. So please review terms of services, review privacy policy, and understand what you're getting into, do your own research. We're all here to make money. We're a financial cooperative, and we all got to play by the rules. All right. And getting back to meme coins and Trunk. So Trunk will be fully set up and promoted now on Dex Tools on both the BNB side, Dex Screener on both the BNB side and the Solana side. When I get that done, like in the next half hour or so after this call, it's set up on Dex Tools as well. The Solana side is set up on Dex Tools as well. So if you type Trunk, there's actually a little bogus Trunk that has like $7,000 worth of liquidity in it. It's a joke. I don't know what it is, but very annoying. So we'll sort that out long term as well. But we'll obviously prove that we're the dominant Trunk. Our logo is not going to change. It's going to be the traditional green Trunk logo, the elephant style Trunk logo. That's not changing. We do have a little mascot that I think we have a couple of Ricks in the community, but one of the more active Ricks in the community. We have the software developer Rick, and I think we have one more other Rick who's pretty active. Did a AI generated Trunk elephant, and we kind of run with that, and that's fun. And so we use that as a banner, and you might see that little Trunk character in more things as we go forward. That he's in a little banner. He's in a little banner on the landing page for Dex Screener. So for on Dex Screener, we have also we paid the marketing fees to get the enhanced token information, and so on both BNB side and the Solana side, we have a banner with that fun character on there. So we're definitely trying to memify it a little bit, but at the end of the day, as people dive deeper, they'll figure out that Trunk is more special than just what most meme coins offer. What else? In terms of a landing page for Trunk specifically, I think I'm just gonna taking a bunch of feedback there. We got the fun character and stuff. I know there's at least one sort of paid marketing type thing out there that has a hard link to Trumpet at elephantthemoney/trumpet.html or Trumpet. We have the Trumpet page set up to redirect to Trunk. The old Trunk page is Trunk V1, and that's only referenced on the retired page. So elephant.money. So we're always saying elephant.money. We're not going to change that. So for Trunk, it's just elephant.money/Trunk. That's it. So if you're talking to people about Trunk, just tell them to go to elephant.money/Trunk. The name of the token is Elephant Money Stable, regardless of platform, whether it's BNB or Solana. It's Elephant Money Stable. That's the actual name of the token. The symbol is Trunk, and you can simply reference it as Trunk. On Solana, it is technically Elephant Money Stable, and then wormhole in parentheses. And so basically, if it doesn't have the wormhole in the name, there's a chance that it might not be the same token, and everyone should know what the symbol, what the address is for the token, the contract address, which is 9M something. I forget. But look for that 9M and then verify. Actually verify the whole thing, because people can spoof addresses too. That's something you can do in Solana. You can what do they call it? Grinding. I think you can grind for a prefix for a public key associated with a private key. So you can basically keep generating private keys and look for a public key in that key space. So and so people can trick you by grinding the first couple of characters, and then voila, you've sent your money to the wrong address. It's a trick that people have done when they're spoofing other like well-known addresses and things like that as well. So just be careful there. So to that effect, elephant.money /trunk. And then I think for the trunk page, got released some ideas from the team, Digida and others, an admin team as well. Have given some feedback, and probably just going to end up trying to memify a little bit the current page for trunk. So maybe we'll have something fun with the character and stuff before we get to business with like all the stats, your user stats, the overview, and all that stuff that you normally see when you go to the trumpet page or trunk page. All that stuff you see, that'll be pushed down, and we'll just have like, here's the address for BNB, here's the address for Solana, here are the buy buttons, because really for both of those, if you just want to buy some, when we get to fever pitch, when remember a lot of this stuff is the long game. We always play the long game here at Elephant Money. We let the tokenomics and the strong core community we have rule the day. Each one teach one is critical. Even in these early stages, Bitcoin's just past all-time highs. So we have tons of time, right? So we have tons of time to get our house in order and things, and we're just grinding. Though after setting up this Raydium pool, I'm not so sure. I put $100 in, and the price moved 1%. Like this is how these tokens are flying. This is how they're generating FOMO. So for all my liquidity warriors out there who are basically bridging liquidity to Solana, thank you for joining me in this fun. Let's do this together. I've established a baby bag of liquidity over in Raydium. I'm waiting for Solana. Okay, so here you are. You get to see, how Chessmaster actually makes money in these crypto streets. So so what I'm waiting for right now is I'm waiting for the supply squeeze. The halving is coming. No matter what happens, there will be less Bitcoin to dump by Grayscale. For every, and you're not counting just to the date. You literally have to count just the business days that the market's open. And that, and those are the days that Grayscale has to dump, or the people behind Grayscale have to dump before the halving. After the halving, I believe that we're going to see solid positive buy pressure, regardless of what happens. I mean, Grayscale's running out. They're already halfway through what they have. I personally think, also they can't. The reason they can't dump so much is because, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but like what they're doing is they're basically selling into strength. So people they're exiting, and that's why that is why Bitcoin is range bound. It's actually the best way to sell, and they know that they can do it. Like what Grayscale is doing is like being the crypto industry's biggest asshole, right? Right? It's like, God damn, where would we be if you just chill the fuck out and stop selling? Right? That's the same way we think about people who are selling trunk right now, right? That's the same way we feel about people who are selling elephant right now. And don't look at me because I'm done selling. I'm done selling. I pay some marketing fees. There's the performance fund. We pay for all this marketing. We have marketing team. We have, Darcy. We have all these deals we're doing with like Dex Tools, Etherscan team, all that stuff. Now Dex Screener, we're going to be ramping up advertising across all those platforms. And we've already, paid for premium services and stuff like that. But like my personal bag, of elephant, I haven't bought back in yet. So I haven't been selling for months now. And I definitely wasn't the person who sold 8 trillion or the people who sold after that. So all those people dumping elephant right now, y'all need to stop. Y'all, I'm just gonna refer to you guys as Grayscale. I'm gonna the graytards. Are you? There's a difference between so here's the thing. Like the herd was in position to benefit and do a 2x from the top, 2x from the all-time high, just by chilling out and letting BNB do its thing, right? That could have happened, right? I hate to keep revisiting this, but like now we're in trunk and there's a couple knuckleheads selling there too, like, and you have to like not let those. So here, the reason I'm speaking on this is because you can't do what you let happen with elephant. You can't let the same shit happen with trunk. You gotta bully those fuckers out of the way. You gotta like buy. You gotta bridge. You gotta hold. Let me say it one more time. You gotta buy. You gotta bridge. You got to hold. Let's say it one more time. You gotta buy. You gotta bridge. You gotta hold. Bring that action to Solana one more time. You gotta buy. You gotta bridge. You gotta hold. One more time. You gotta buy. You gotta bridge. You gotta hold. All right? Buy, bridge, hold. And we win. We win. The Raydium pool is priced for perfection. There's going to be some amazing arbitrages always happening 24/7 between a Raydium pool and a Meteora pool. I will give you updates about what I'm doing play-wise as I balance funds between those two pools. All right? So, but everyone who's in the community, everyone who's pushing this stuff, we got to get content out. We got to just talk about simply buying trunk on Solana. I set up the Raydium pool. It's priced to pump. You're going to see some crazy price action in the next couple of days. The strategy, if you're seeing that price action, is buy, bridge, hold. If you're bridging over and you don't say you got a big bag of trunk, right? Right? You got a big bag of trunk. I want you to bridge over because I want, people are going to start to figure it out. I'm working with CoinGecko. Fuck CoinGecko. They're haters. They don't want us to win. They know who we are. They know who I am. They know the whole story. They know every single exploit we've had. And they're just like haters. They're like, you guys deserve to lose. I'm like, screw you. It's like, it's keep approving all of these pump and dumps. Great. Just keep doing it because we will have our day. And when we do, we'll tell the whole world how sucky you are after the whole world acknowledges that we've won. All right, and we'll tell you like, yeah, this is one of the bosses we had to get past, or it's just out there, right? The freaking star screen of freaking of the crypto industry. It just never dies. It's always they're always there. We 10x from here. We will be funding all the competitors. We'll be advertising and funding all the competitors of Coinbase. I'm sorry, CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. I'm just sorry. They suck. They just suck. They're the biggest stain on this industry, along with the gatekeeping that even Coinbase does. Anyway. Regarding the KuCoin news, real quick, get your coins off. They should never have been on KuCoin anyway. Use KuCoin, Coinbase, use those services as a bridge. Use them as bridge infrastructure. They're great for bridge infrastructure. And even then, they have daily limits and things like that, where that you don't have to worry about if you just use decentralized solutions. So, I haven't used KuCoin, since the United States said stop using those types of services. I stopped using those types of services. So even with the VPN and stuff like that, just don't use. Just if you have to use a VPN, you should be concerned, because the moment they can figure out that you're on a VPN is the moment they can separate you from your money, and you know how Raoul Paul says and others say, for this cycle, don't fuck this up. The easiest way to fuck this up is if you play games being somewhere you're not supposed to be. Get your money on chain, get it under your custody. That's it. I mean, even being in some of these DeFi protocols, there's smart contract risk, and there's primarily just smart contract risk. So you gotta weigh things there. You gotta make sure that the contracts you enter are 100% permissionless. We're gonna be doing some more lockdowns of elephant money very, very soon. So for those same reasons. So that there's just there's nothing, there's no backdoors, there's nothing. So the cool part is that for all this work with Trunk, we haven't had to create any new governance contracts. We haven't needed to create any new permissions against Bertha, nothing like that. So all of this stuff has been done 100% permissionlessly. Yeah. So in a permissionless manner, how about that? So, which technically means that anybody could have done what I've done for Trunk. It's just a lot of grunt work. I kind of consider this all on the administrative side. I've always said that there's just a ton of administrative cleaning that needs to happen. I think I'm pretty much at the point where if anyone can find me a legitimate crypto agency that has strong relationships, what I mean by strong, they know the people by face, they've seen them face to face, people who work at CoinGecko, people who work at CoinMarketCap. What I need is a strong crypto agency with strong relationships with CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, listing, they do listings and things like that, but they go beyond, and just things like circulating supply and stuff. They have the relationships to get those things done. We're really at the point where it's relationship. You have to still remember that elephant money, regardless of how much our price has pumped or not pumped, where we stand today, we are still giant in this space, whether people acknowledge it or not. And there are haters, but there are also plenty of advocates. We need to mobilize those advocates. I mean, we have a pretty good relationship with the BNB chain team. You've seen Elephant mentioned in BNB chain marketing. You know, we were listed in the we were listed as a top meme coin. And it's funny, they actually use the elephant logo in the elephant marketplace. The elephant market cap as the meme when we really want when really trunk is the meme. But like shit, elephant can be the meme too. We can have Bertha for that. No, yeah. We'll hold off on that for now. We're just gonna run with Trunk because Trunk really has that low supply. We have, it's 100 million. If we split that 50-50 or better, towards the Solana side, it takes less energy to move the price on one chain. We'll focus on Solana. It takes less energy. The way that this Raydium pool is set up. Now, Juke automatically, if a couple other brave souls in the herd get in with me on the Raydium side of liquidity, we pump that up a little bit. Then we will, Juke will start load balancing between Raydium and Meteora. But since Raydium has, a 1/10 of a cent tick on the price, any volume that goes to Raydium is gonna be a significant increase in price, and then that's going to cause all kinds of arbitrage, and Meteora is going to collect more fees because it's going to be more fee generation on the Meteora side, because if you want to do arbitrage between Raydium and Meteora, guess what? You're going to have to pay that 1% fee. So liquidity providers in Meteora are going to make money. Raydium liquidity providers are going to see a lot more volatility and volume. It's going to be beautiful. So that's really the chess game. And so me personally, I'm making money in Sol End, and I'm making money holding Sol in USDC, waiting for the price of Sol to go up in these $10 increments. In each of those bands, I get to make decisions. Oh, I'll borrow some USDC, and I'll fund my next liquidity play for Trunk, or I'll buy some more USDC. I'll borrow some more USDC, and I'll just fold it. I'll convert it to Sol, and then fold it back into liquidity to hyper compound my Solana side of my supply bag. So I'm supplying Solana, and I'm supplying USDC, and actually using that strategy in a lending market like Solend or Aave or whatever. You basically have the core volatile asset, and the reason why this is one of the reasons why Solana is so powerful as a narrative, and just not even it's not just a narrative. It's just a fact. First principles wise, the Solana gas token or network token captures 100% of the value of the Solana network, which can't be said for Ethereum. Ethereum, in some L2s, Ethereum's not even the gas token, right? In some L2s, Ethereum's not even, used as, core liquidity. Maybe it's more skewed towards USDC or USDT or something like that. It's just all spread out. The liquidity is all spread out. And you don't have, just like concentrated liquidity is a thing in general in sort of the Uniswap V3 style AMMs, and you make more money with concentrated liquidity, you can expand that concept to just the blockchains itself. And if you have an L1 where all the liquidity is living right there, then you win. So that's That's what Solana, even BNB chain, that's why those things are winning.